Hi there, yep, it's the great and glorious, soon-to-be famous one day Nick Dutch at your service. And this is a public service announcement, so to speak, from the office of Nick Dutch. Right, we're in a massive economic depression, right? It's not a slowdown, it's not a recession, it is a depression, okay? And there's lots of people within the supernatural and spiritual worlds who are going to promise you what you need. Right now, I can foresee that there will be millions of people out there, or hundreds or possibly thousands of people out there, saying that they can provide you with spells to attract you money. Often they will be charging for this service. Now, many years ago, before the advent of online readings and online psychics and telephone psychics, when I was young and just experimenting with working in this industry, I used to buy a certain well-known British astrological magazine, and in the back of it there was an advert, a very small advert, and it was saying how to win the pools with numerology, I think it was. One of the salient points of this advert was that it was small, therefore not costing all that much money for the advertisement. A second factor about this advert was that it seems to have been hand-drawn, thus suggesting that there was a very low or limited expenditure in terms of graphic art, thus suggesting that this person who purported to be selling a service to help you win large quantities of money via the football pools with numerology was poor. Let this be a warning to you. Right now, there's going to be there's people out there all the time on websites, even some of the websites that I work on, who will be sending emails out or having an advert up saying that they can do a spell casting for a certain fee. And we can do spell castings. Can we guarantee a result? No, we can't. There is no cut and dried way, no cut and dried way at all of attracting you the money you need for your rent, to pay off your debts and all the rest of it, via using any form of supernatural or occult or magical or spiritual means at all. Not manifesting, not prayer work, not ritual work, not wish work, not dream work, not astral work, not angel work, not demonology. None of these things will provide you with the concrete result that you're after. Now, a lot of the people who say, well, this worked. I paid this person some money for a spell and hey presto, it worked. What happened? To the most part, the circumstances were already there for this phenomenon to occur. Alright? So this person got a job because they happened to be registered with 1,000 recruitment consultancies, alright? Or they were a well-known person in the field, or they had a resume that was really long and had loads of great work experience on it, and was probably even done by a professional resume or CV maker, or this person had years of experience in making really good resumes. These are the reasons. Or maybe they were just well connected. They've been to business networking meetings and they knew people here, there and everywhere who had the ability to be able to provide them with the job that they needed. Alright? In these cases, the situation's already there for something to happen. And then, hey presto, something happens. Does it matter? I mean, from my point of view as someone who's trying to learn more about how to be a good quality occultist so I can try and get more reliable results, to me it matters. From a research and an analytical point of view, from an experimental occult point of view, it does matter whether it worked because of supernatural means or not. But for that person, they needed that job, they got that job because all the situations were already there. Now, if right now you've your broadband account has ended and you can't afford to pay that, you're struggling with the rent, you don't know anyone, you can't afford to waste time doing some job searching, paying someone with through going over the limits on your credit card to get a spell done won't be any use to you whatsoever. Watch the fuck out. Don't do it. Don't spend money on occult services if you are struggling to make payments. Now, maybe I shouldn't be saying any of this. Why? Because I'm a professional tarot reader. I'm an occultist and a professional tarot reader. I do this weird stuff for a living. But when someone is struggling, I don't normally, if someone's struggling financially, I'm not going to take their money. Because it's more important that you get food in your belly, that you have the right quantity of vitamins and minerals in your house so you can keep your health in check, that you can pay your rent, you can pay your bills, you can look after yourself. And as far as anything else, when Aleister Crowley wrote The Theory and Practice of Magic, he was trying to suggest to you, get everything in place, design your life so you can have everything in place already, He recommended getting yourself physically fit and strong so that you're prepared for all different types of work. These are the things that he was trying to communicate to you so that you could then look after yourself. That's why you get an education, that's why you learn things. You go to university to get your degree, not necessarily so it helps you get a job, but so you learn how to learn. So it puts more factors in place so you can then do well later on in life, or do better later on in life, or survive later on in life. That's why Crowley and Alphonse Louis Constance, who called himself Eliphas Levi, wrote in Transcendental Magic, the purpose of magic is for prosperity. He was not talking about wearing a robe and prancing about to try and make something work supernaturally. No. He was talking about an attitude towards life, an attitude towards looking after yourself so that you can then make money in the future. Now, yes, I do my tarot readings for a fee because it's my job. All right, that's what I do. When I'm doing a reading for job and career and money, partially it's a question of just bouncing some ideas about to try and give the client, put a few more factors in place for the client so the client can then have more chance of getting somewhere. Yes, I will do magic rituals and supernatural stuff to try and help people along. I do that all the time. But if you are deliberately suggesting that you should be spending money that you haven't got, or that you can't really afford to spend if you're thinking about your survival, on something that might not work anyway, for Christ's sakes, don't do it. Your survival is more important than helping me with my survival. But if you've got some money and you need me to help you to focus on a few things, then call me. I'm not going to beg for it. I'm not going to ask for donations. What you can do is I'll work for it. Alright? If you found me on YouTube, go to my YouTube page. Click on the name Bespoke Group UK. Now I'll take you to my profile page. On the left hand side there's a link which will be for my website, and give me a call. I'll work for it. But I'm not going to beg. But if you're poor and you can't afford it, and you're looking after the pennies, then carry on looking after the pennies, and don't fuck yourself up just to there's no point for you right now to use supernatural stuff to try and get yourself out of the financial shit. This is an experimental service legally. This is an entertainment service legally, and I would say that's an ethical thing as well. Because weird things do happen during readings, weird things do happen during ritual, but if anyone tells you that you're going to win the pools by numerology, or that you need to have a spell cast to remove the root evil in your third chakra so that you can then earn more money, then no, don't go for it. Just fucking don't. And if there's anyone out there who's saying anything to the contrary, tell me who they are and I'll give them a beating up, whether it's verbal or any other manner. Because I can't have people going around exploiting. Just not done, if you get my drift. Nick Dutch, signing out. Good fortune, God bless, look after yourself, stay free, and yes, I think Americans should have guns, okay?